This is the time bomb that man has secretly stuffed inside a corpse. He wants to blow away the enemy with the car. Ascended to the sky, but did not expect the opponent. The great man narrowly escaped death. Right. Then, the two maniacs rushed into one bloody hand-to-hand combat. So finally, what is this corpse that the whole dark world and the white leader both want to take over? Okay, because inside that corpse is hidden, contains a secret worth $1 billion. But the flips came again. Fast, the final outcome makes it all. No one expected the huge amount of $1 billion. Whose hands will that giant ultimately fall into? All. It started one night. Parties are frantically pressed the accelerator and rushed the car towards the station. Police. It turned out that just before that, one coin. A colleague from the crime squad suddenly called. Reported that the inspector general was on the lookout. To him and possibly rushed to the checkpoint. Anytime, Bren must hand over the keys. Lock the evidence warehouse. They have to quickly handle that pile of dirty money. Then, turns out there's no one in this entire police team clean. They often admit remorse behind their backs. Highway. Hearing the news, I couldn't sit still. That is the reason he had to return to the station in the middle of the night. Late at night, but I didn't expect her at this time. And sister called again to ask how he was. Where? Tonight is my mother's celebration. 2 people, currently relatives and friends. Everyone was present. Mother also prepared. Was taken to burial, yet Ben in private. The way is that the eldest son is absent. No reason. Face the complaints. At his sister's insistence and questioning, Ben choked. Throat speechless. I just can. Promised to come quickly, but just in time. Hey, fate is teasing me again. Again, a lost dog suddenly rushed out. In front of the car. Instinctively take the wheel. Hurry to avoid. I was able to avoid you. Dog, but the next second, an object unknown hit straight onto the windshield. Wind. The frightened party stopped the car and looked. The glass shattered like a spider web. One stream. Cold air immediately ran down his spine. He quickly pushed the car door down to check. Saw a man 10 meters away. Lying motionless. Breathing had stopped. Face. Brench had no more blood left. He was frantic. Frantically paced back and forth in place and then hurriedly pulled out the phone to call an ambulance. Position. But at this moment, Anne's phone rang. Call again. On the other end of the line is the voice. Said the childlike voice of Luis's daughter. Little girl. I've been waiting for so long that I want my dad to buy one for me. Toy. But looked at the pool of blood. Comes out from the back of the dead person's head. The brain. Completely stagnant. Mindless. Where can I respond to my daughter's whining? He answered a few questions briefly and then hurried. Hang up. At the same time, a police car. Police were patrolling towards him. Beside. Immediately gave up the idea of calling an ambulance and used it. Do your best to hide the body behind you. Car rear. Luckily the police car turned at the intersection ahead. Completely. Did not detect anything unusual there. Beside. Wait until the police siren sounds. Disappeared completely. B quickly stuffed the body into the trunk of the car, mentally calculating to find a remote place to dispose of evidence. He continuously reassure yourself that tonight's story, besides that dog, no one knows. Okay, then, brain returned to the driver's seat. Press the accelerator and flee from the scene of the accident. Problem, but the problem is not simple. The car is just right. If you get into the inner city, trouble will come again. To the door, he encountered a bit of control of the gendarmerie police. The party immediately fell. I was sweating coldly, but it was still right. Gritting my teeth, I drove forward. Next, he proactively showed his card and introduced himself. Is a criminal police officer in the major crime team. I hope the other person respects his colleagues. But let it go. But the bad thing is brain forgot to bring badges and documents. Personal. The police officer checked and found it. You can't provide any evidence. That is, he politely asked him to get out of the car. Prepared to forcibly search the rear trunk. Seeing the dire situation, party rushed. Prevent, however, his attitude, making the police officer even more suspicious. Very soon, the two argued. Who attracted the captain's attention? Gendarmerie team. The party once again testified. Report identity. This time he even dragged it. Increase my mother's offerings as a front. Asserted himself because he was too hasty to attend. The entrance ceremony is why we behave like this. So, but while the two sides are arguing, sudden accumulation of water stains on the windshield caught the policeman's eye. Intuition MCH. Saying there was something wrong, he immediately left. I went around to the back of the car to open the trunk. But nothing. hesitantly threw a powerful punch. Knock him down on the spot. Other police. Seeing that, he immediately rushed forward, but he didn't expect it. Even if many people join hands, they won't. Can suppress party's anger. Only when the gendarmerie captain uses it. When it comes to pepper spray, the new side gives in. Recover and calm down, in one development. Otherwise, Interior Ministry inspectors arrived. Serious crime team, seeing that Ben hasn't returned yet. My bushy-bearded colleague had to risk hitting me. Ruined his locker to destroy the money. Dirt is hiding inside. At the same time, the gendarmerie also approved the number. Police that Brain provided for confirmation. His identity is indeed that of a criminal police officer. The police officer directly checked. Hastily apologized. Brain doesn't make things difficult. Enemy. He felt a burning pain in his eyes. Told the police officer to keep it a secret. About tonight and then quickly drove away. At this time, the inspection department is still investigating. Investigation at the station. Of course you can't. Get yourself into the net. He decided. Go straight back to the funeral home to participate. Entrance ceremony for mother. However, when we arrived, the lights in the lobby were turned off. There was also no one in the duty room. You thought the ceremony was over. His face couldn't hide his regret. Worry. Suddenly a plastic soldier appeared. The remote control player crawled to his feet. Just then Luis's daughter popped her head out. From behind the door, the serious look on his face. At this point, the side relaxes a bit. But, just had a little chat with my daughter. Sentence. And hurriedly went to report that the Mandarin mother's talent is about to close the lid on her desire to enter forever. Last goodbye, and also gave him the relic. His mother told him to put it inside himself. Coffin. Just like that, Ben suppressed the pain. Walked in front of her mother's coffin. As advised. Of his sister, he placed the cross on it. Her chest and then signaled the staff to continue. Process. Each nail is driven in. Entering the coffin, the air seemed thick. Overwhelmed by the patient's pain. But just in time. Hey, my phone suddenly vibrated. Go up. He shyly opened the screen to see. Is a message from a colleague. He warned. You have to carefully hide what needs to be hidden for the group. The inspector is on his way to the monk's house. Politely and affirmed that he would search his car. It's like falling into an ice cellar. But I don't. Where is the mind left to continue the ritual? Closed before eyes, the brain is spinning. Find a way to dispose of the body in the trunk. At the time. This is the ventilation hole in the ceiling. Your sight. After observing once, the room looked at the tightly stuck nails. Into the coffin, a flash flashed through his mind. Crazy plan. Closing ceremony. It wasn't over yet. The party was quick. Ran into the hallway and looked up at the system. Ventilation pipe. Follow the pipe, sir. Sure enough, I found an exit through the back door. Funeral home. Without any hesitation, B should take down the pipe door shield and look. The path is just enough for one person. The Rock. His heart lightened by half. Next. Brain quickly opened the trunk and tied one. The rope is firmly attached to the soldier. Plastic toy and throw it into the catheter. Wind. After several tries, Brain finally also find the right angle. He forced. The other end of the rope goes into the corpse and pushes it into the ventilation tunnel. Turns out, Brain plans to use the toy soldier to pull. The body came to the room where the coffin was placed. Of my mother. After completing preparations, Brain goes to buy a bunch of big hot air balloons. Then hurried back to the funeral home. Older brother. Put a wad of money into the emergency manager's hand. I asked to be alone with my mother for a while. After receiving the money, the manager was happy. Agree, but don't forget to remind Brain. Only 15 minutes, then turned and walked away. Looking at the empty room, Brain breathed. Relieved, he pretended to be calm. Sit down right below the surveillance camera. Closely, skillfully adjust the angle. Let go to cover the balloon. Out of sight. Right after that, Brain inhaled. He took a deep breath and rushed to close the door. Room then stood up on the chair and quickly removed it. Ventilation duct shield. Just saw it. Toy soldier. Brain immediately went crazy. Crazy pressed the control button for it to go away. Ahead to pull the body forward. But I couldn't believe that plastic soldier. Moving again makes a toy gun sound. By continuity, party turned pale with panic. But now it's too late. He pulled the cord. He used all his strength to pull out the nails. On her mother's coffin, however, the sound. Toy guns echoed in the pipes. Extremely deafeningly quiet, fast. Attracted the attention of a female employee. Night duty. She followed the sound and stopped right in front of Ben's room. At this time, the gunfire still did not stop. Rest. The female employee curiously leaned her ear close. Door suddenly heard the sound of iron nails falling, clattering to the floor. She was scared. To change color. Thought to be in the room. There's something mystical going on. Immediately ran to find someone to open the door. Check. At this time, Bren had finished removing it. The last nail and opened successfully. His mother's coffin. Time goes on. Every second, every minute, 15 minutes pass by. Soon it will run out. Worse yet. Outside the door, the sound of staff began to sound. The monk's house knocked loudly. The party does not dare. Delaying for a second, he quickly climbed up the ventilation hole, frantically pressing the button. Remote control, but 10,000 times not. Unexpectedly, the toy plastic soldier got stuck. Hard right near the exit. Luckily, yes. At that time, the staff outside the door kept calling. That didn't work, so I went to report the situation to the police and then left. Confirmed party. There was no one else outside, so the party immediately took it. The cross on her mother's chest, leaning forward into the duct to pull out the toy soldier. Then he used all his strength to pull. That body comes. His palm was hot. Burning pain like needles due to friction. But that difficulty does not make it difficult to persevere. Older brother. Take off your vest to cover the yarn. Rope, putting all his strength into sucking the last breast. Finally got the body out. Umbrella. Completely exhausted. Bren still didn't dare to rest. He quickly carried the body. Quickly put it in your mother's coffin. Later. Then tidy up the wires just like before. Right. While he was frantically moving his arms and legs, the manager approached with the key. Luckily the party's speed remained one step faster. After a tight moment, luckily, he finished closing the coffin lid right away. Before the manager walked in, at the same time, restore all arrangements in the room. Like nothing ever happened. Beside, sat down on the chair, panting, but not yet. He had time to calm down and suddenly jumped out of the coffin. Suddenly the phone rang. Shrill. His face completely changed color. A stream of cold air ran down my spine. Last night, I was too hasty in disposing of the body. Didn't realize that guy was still on him. Phone. This time the sound of footsteps. Outside the door gets closer and closer. Despair and fear seemed to want to engulf party. He quickly hugged the coffin and whispered a prayer. Pray for the damn bell. Stop quickly. Perhaps a human soul. The mother on high had an epiphany. Right away. The moment the manager pushed the door open and walked in, there was a sound. The bell suddenly went silent. The room was quiet. So quiet you can hear a needle leave, sitting quietly in front of the coffin. Not revealing any loopholes. The manager. Seeing that, he immediately stepped forward to remind Brain. That private time is over. Afterward, his eyes glanced over the coffin as if discovered traces of the coffin having been opened. Go out. His eyes wavered slightly, but not yet. Before he could ask Han, Brain stood up. Prepared to leave, the manager thought. He was so sad that he didn't pursue it. In addition, he even proactively returned the boss. Bubbles for party. Early the next morning, sir. Bren's family saw their mother off to her resting place. Final. I didn't expect it to be inside at this time. The coffin rang again with the electric bell. Phone again, the driver thought. I heard it wrong so I didn't pay attention. This little piece of music. Until mother's coffin was placed in the grave smoothly. The rock in the heart of the new side really fell down, but he understood that very clearly. This is still far from over. May. Fortunately, my colleagues in the crime team were there. Finished dealing with the inspection group. Bren can now focus on handling the sprinkles. Confusion before your eyes. To erase all traces. He was forced to cover up the dent. Car. Just when you're sleepy, you'll meet them at. On the way back to the station, I saw one. The police car was parked illegally. Older brother came up with the idea to directly press the accelerator. Straight into it. Wait until the police officer. An angry patrol approached to question. Beside. Immediately showed his industry card and ate. The robber just yelled and scolded the policeman. That was a hell of a fight. Thanks to the opportunity. With this agreement, party brought the car repair shop to replace windshields in. New barrier, however, just arrived. The crime squad station has received the mission. Urgent arrest, together with colleagues. Go get equipment. Unexpectedly, the arsenal just updated a new type of C4 bomb that can slow aggressive. Logistics staff are meticulously explain how to use it to them. But the bearded man stood next to him. Think they don't need to use it. Because of them. They just went to arrest a hot commodity dealer. No need for powerful weapons. Broke so hard. Back to the office. The captain immediately introduced the target. Mission this time. Man in. His name is Rook, the executioner. Nefarious missions, presently even. International police are also searching him, but Brain could no longer listen. What else did the captain say? Your brain. Completely paralyzed. Hot goods, boss. This RK is not a night guy. Was he hit and killed by you? However, already, Blaine didn't dare show anything. Any abnormality, he pretended not to. What's going on with colleagues coming to your residence? By rope. It's a houseboat. All people with good intentions split up to search for clues. Termites. Very quickly they found the papers. By rope. The captain thinks one. People can't suddenly evaporate, surely. It will definitely leave a mark. So give me the signal. People continued to search around it. At this moment, Hardy suddenly saw. The stray dog caused the accident that night. His heart skipped a beat, but he thought. That animals can't talk, so you immediately calmed down, but look at me. The dog turned and ran away, but Brain was still curious. Chase, unexpectedly, it led him to the end. Road behind the boathouse. Look at the stains. The car's brakes are clearly visible on the road surface. B. Immediately realized this was the crime scene. Accident that night. In a moment, my heart. It was like being suffocated by a large hand. Become urgent. What's worse is when you. Bending down to check the marks on his face. Land. A police car drove away in the distance. Next, stepping out of the car was a police patrol. Young man, the party sees this even more. Tense, but he still calmly gave. Show your police card and pretend you don't know. Why ask what happened? Police officer. The young police officer did not hide that they were just right. Received anonymous news. That person confirmed that it happened here 2 nights ago. A special traffic accident. Serious. Furthermore, that witness also exists. Witness with your own eyes the person who caused the following accident. When he stabbed the person, he put his body in the trunk of the car. Flee. After listening, my heart was confused. Crumpled silk. The only consolation is the witness. That couldn't see his face. But sentence. Said the policeman's next words. Completely destroyed Ben's good luck mentality. It turns out that this road has surveillance cameras installed. Close, but because the location is quite high. During the panic that night, Brain was not detected. At this time, fellows. Another career has just arrived. Police. Charlie because she knew the patrolman. So decided to go back to the station with the opponent. Camera extraction. Immediately, I was overcome with fear. But don't dare show it too clearly. Clear. That night he brought a bag with him. Big late night snack to the police station. Appearance. Is to bribe the guy with a thick but real beard. Essentially to scout the situation. I tried. Appeared calm and asked if the case was progressing. Any development? Didn't expect the police officer. Shook his head regretfully. Turns out because of the picture. The camera image was too blurry so they couldn't find it. What information is useful? That's what I heard. Breathe a sigh of relief. But unexpectedly true. At that time, Charlie suddenly asked the officer. The police rewinded the video. After confronting, frame by frame, he became. The worker was able to lock the car that caused the accident. Through the characteristic brake lights. But, unfortunately, in addition to seeing clearly that is a gray BMW, they couldn't see. Add anything else, in 10 short seconds. There, Ben's heart felt like it was playing a train game. Roller coaster, not until confirmation. Charlie couldn't see the license plate clearly. He was new. Really breathed a sigh of relief. However, just got back to the station the next morning. Bren received an anonymous phone call. Name, the person on the other end of the line announced himself. Was the witness of that night and wanted to. Accused Brain of murder and hiding the body. Realizing that the other person was not joking. Blin's heart sank to the bottom of the abyss. Older brother. He quickly hung up and tried to act as if he hadn't. What happened? But when he was still alive. Before I could recover, the electric bell rang. The phone rang again. Look at the strange number above. Screen. Bren without hesitation pressed the button. Refuse. But the next second, the mysterious guy. The other person called directly to the girl's phone. Naomi MI career with the team and points to the target. Ben answered the phone, cornered. And having no more patience. Party got mad. Picked up the phone and asked for its purpose. Enemy. The mysterious person leisurely responded. That, if Brent doesn't want things. If what you do is exposed to the light, please do so. Obediently handed over Rock's body. Here, during the conversation, Ben hearing spoke softly. Caught the harsh screeching sound of car brakes from the other end of the line. He silently calculated, yes. Perhaps the enemy is right near the police station. Close, so he suppressed his panic. 1. Face continued to bargain with the mysterious guy. Face. Other people walked quickly to the parking lot. But just as I turned the corner, the car suddenly jumped out so it didn't. Just in time to avoid falling to the ground. That car even pretended to be run over. Through him, fortunately for a moment. Engrave 1,000 pounds hanging by a thread of hair. Give it quickly. He quickly crawled up on the ground. I tried my best to run for my life and death. Thanks to that, he was able to keep his life. This small one, it doesn't stop there. Mysterious guy suddenly lowered the car window and raised the power. The phone waved towards Brain as if he wanted. Reminder that the game is not over yet. And he will contact you again at any time. Brain was so angry that he was angry. But when just as he was about to give chase, Chuck Lay suddenly stopped. Where does it appear from? Ask him if he's going. Somewhere during work hours, Ben pointed out guiltily. I had to lie and get out of the car to get my phone. Charlie announced without a doubt. There's about to be an emergency meeting in the station. Be right back, as soon as Charlie just. As I left, the mysterious guy's phone called again. Arrive, but this time he didn't beat around the bush anymore. But straight to the point and want to set conditions. With party, however, after a while of arguing, the party happily recognized this mysterious guy. Completely unaware of what the body was suffering from. Buried where? The so-called substantive denunciation. It's just an illusion of prestige and prestige. My heart suddenly felt more confident. He immediately interrupted. Phone, not bothering to argue with him. Again, right after that, Brain quickly turned. Go back to the office and start checking everything. Vehicles entering and leaving the police station every day. Today, but there is no investigation yet. As a result, the strange phone number called again. Next, the intended party did not listen, but the next second followed, a strange man stood, murderously kicked the door and walked straight in. The other side hugged one cheek that was burning because the slap didn't have time to react. Response, colleagues in the office. Seeing that, he quickly rushed in to pull the man out. As a result, the person who just broke in was discovered. It's Merrily, captain of the elimination team. Hot goods, the opponent seems to be just fine. I just regained my composure and hastily overcame my embarrassment by explaining that I was mistaken. But when Glenn regained consciousness, he suddenly woke up with great enlightenment. Man, in front of me was the mysterious person who called for me. I just didn't expect him to dare blatantly coming to the door like that. After thinking for a while, Brain decided to take charge. Attack motion. He stopped Merrill in the house. The toilet interrogates what the other person really wants. What? Morrell did not seem surprised by the incident. In your presence, he asked Brain to hand it over. Roka's body, then both sides will fight. The river does not violate well water. But Ben, I have a feeling this is not simple. He began to use probing words. No. Unexpectedly, Merrill immediately saw through her thoughts. Your curiosity will kill you. Dear friend, stop talking and bring him here. That's just me. This statement is complete. Persistent anger. His spirit is already there. The brink of collapse in recent days and hours. Cannot bear any more threats. Any further threats or provocations. He lost his reason. Try rushed into Merrily, even though both are professionally trained people. Karma, but clearly Ben is not the one. Merrelly's goalkeeper, after a beating. Exhausted, he finally had to get down. Water, hastily promised that tonight he would hand over the body. Hearing that, knew Morrell contentedly let go. Before leaving, he once again warned Brain not to hesitate. Bad at it, Morrell became even more interested in the body. As much as it is, Brain's curiosity is even greater. As intense as that. After all, the body. What secret does death contain? Does Morrell have to spend so much effort? Waiting until it was completely dark, Brain quietly entered. Enter the cemetery. Stand in front of the grave. He said sorry to his mother and took it with him. Feeling guilty, he dug up the coffin, too. Clarifying the truth, Brain kept touching. Rock's body was all over. But you only found a dead phone. Battery. Not giving up, Brain continued searching. The results unexpectedly revealed 2 traces. Bullets are in the back of the body. Seeing that, Brain immediately understood. Turns out before Rock was hit when he hit him. Fatal injury. This means yes. The real cause of Rock's death. The death was not a car accident. Position. But this information is still not enough. Determine what Merrily is hiding. So take advantage of the darkness. Beside. Return to the tattered houseboat. By rope. First he plugged the phone in to charge. Phone. Then make a call. Looking for a type of carpet sweeping in the house. Try to find missed traces. Unexpectedly, He actually found one business card with the name of a security vault. Full. The party picked up the business card to examine it carefully, but the old story is not over yet. The phone has just been charged. Suddenly rang out. Party hastily pressed the button. Listen. Unexpectedly, the other end of the line transmitted came angry curses. The words also mentioned the name Morel. Brain remained silent and did not respond. The caller quickly realized something was wrong, so I hung up. However, Bren made it in time. Remember that phone number? I asked Naomi. Immediately traced the identity and location of this guy. Found out it was a hacker. Has committed fraud many times. Network. Following the location, Brain chased after him. Went to a laundry and caught him. The hacker is planning to run away. At first he insisted on knowing nothing until Bren put him in the new guy's washing machine. Willing to reveal the truth. It turns out every time I wear it. Eliminate hot goods. Confiscate prohibited goods. Merrily always takes advantage of her position to be secretive. Keep part of the goods outside. He pour all prohibited goods down the sink. Destroyed, but actually installed. Have a pipe below to collect the numbers. The goods have mixed that water. After drying, he hit the market again. Ask for a favor. Into this dirty deal, Morel was involved. Accumulate a huge amount of money. No. Who would have thought of the goods prevention police? Hot and seemingly righteous. It really is. Is a hidden hot commodity boss. And Rook is his business partner. Morelli. But this guy is greedy. Eyes, so he stole the vault key. By Morelli. Hearing this, Bren immediately awakened with great enlightenment. Morel is the one. The person who murdered Rock. And why he wants it. There is a body to get the key back. That vault. Bren quickly turned back. The cemetery searched carefully on the body. As expected in the secret lining of jacket, he found a lipstick there. Extremely normal appearance. Medium side. I was about to open it to check when there was a light. The blinding light suddenly shone. The exporter. What appeared was the guy with thick cheeks. Gun in hand. Turns out it was just an hour ago. When Max helps Naomi handle the bills. Traffic violation ticket. He happened to be spotted a gray BMW appear. On the night of the accident. It was the car Brain usually drives. Clear evidence. Brain also no longer intended to hide. Again, he told them to put down the gun and declare, "My father will go to the station and confess." Go through the chain. With this terrible incident, Bren was exhausted. Physically and mentally there is no more mind. Where is the place to continue running away? But Mar. Seeing his appearance, I started heartbroken, because once the crime is destroyed, evidence is established, Brain will have to face at least 20 years in prison. Think. To the friendship of colleagues over many years. The fact that Brain also has a young daughter. Last. And Ma chose to let Brain go. Even. And proactively destroy fine records. Seeing the other person choose to trust you. Brain felt a glimmer of hope. I just was about to spill everything out when Morel called again, threatening him to get out of the car. There was no other way. Brain had to do it. Follow. However, when he just stood, concentrate in the middle of an empty lot. One ear. A terrible accident suddenly occurred. 1. The truck rushed forward and crashed into my car. Mark. Bren was dumbfounded with horror. Older brother. Looking up, I discovered it. Out Merrill's gunman. This time Marilyn called again to ask if he liked the dish. This gift does not. Grief came. This moment fear and anger suffer. Completely suppressed for a long time in Ben's heart. Boom. He screamed and demanded to go to the station to confess. But Merrill's tone was calm. To scary. He had already prepared in advance. Disaster. The next second the doorbell rang. Morel went directly to Ben's house. Hearing the voices of my sister and child. Girl on the phone, Ben was completely panicked. Chaos. All anger is replaced by extreme fear. I know I don't. What other choice is there? To not get involved. When it came to his family, Blaine gritted his teeth. Compromise statement will carry the body of Rook meets Morel before 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Next, Bren used his fastest speed to rush. Go home. Seeing that my sister and daughter are both okay. Safe, he breathed a sigh of relief. Although, however, Merrill's threatening message returned. Send with attached meeting location. Right. That night, Brain hastily arranged for it. Younger sister and daughter went abroad on vacation. Maintenance to ensure they are not implicated. After that, he rushed straight to the police station. Secretly took away a batch of RC-4 bombs. Prepared to end all resentment with Morel. Early the next morning, Bren brought the body with him. Was planted with a bomb inside the drive to a Remote wasteland. Wait for Morel to reveal. Present. He vomited the body and threw it into his opponent's car. Direction. However, Morel was extremely cautious. Important. He not only confiscated my guns. Brain also uses an old metal rolling machine. Check once. After confirming no. Dangerous. He waved his hand to chase away Brenny. He did not know that the key. The car in Bren's hand is essentially a set. Detonation has been improved, as soon as possible. Turning away, Brain immediately attacked. Occlusion, the chest counter of the captured bomb. Running head, time for him to escape. Only 2 minutes left, but you. Just a few steps away. Morel's car suddenly stopped. Suddenly chased after him. He lowered the window glass. Down, threw the gun back to be pointed. The bullets inside have been drained. At this time, the countdown clock is less than 1 minute. Ben looked at the jumping numbers. Her heart was racing, but merrily didn't speak. No more words. Hit the gas and go. When copper. The meter reaches 0 and an explosion hits the membrane. The eardrum rang. The whole car immediately crashed. The fierce fire devoured it whole. The backseat was blown to pieces. The party decides to take advantage of the opportunity. The opportunity to load bullets into the gun. 10,000 times. I didn't expect Morelli to have a big network. Die. The car sped away, emitting black smoke. Straight towards him. Extremely strong impact. Causing Party's gun to fall. In. Blinking. Party quickly pushed the car door. Jump out. Morelli also got out of the car. Caught fire. His eyes were full of violence. He strode forward, picked up Bren's collar and threw it. He forcefully entered the car behind him. Or not. Unexpectedly. This action was unintentionally given. Brain a way to live. His hand is just right. Turned to touch the gun under the passenger seat. In a moment that hangs by a thread. Ben pulled out his gun and aimed at Morel. After a few. Click. The click of an empty gun. At last one. A dull explosion rang out. Body. Merrily stopped and collapsed into the water. Completely stopped breathing. Brain's nightmare. Also ends here. At the end of the movie, Brain proactively surrendered to the police. But the case. This scandal is too broad and high-level related. Also fell into a dilemma. Finally, to maintain public image. They choose to hide the truth. Not blaming Bren but just rushing away. Fired him to end the matter. Brain. This outcome seems to have been predicted. And he has no regrets. Leave the station. Police, you go straight to the vault. Morelli, use that lipstick to open the door. Security door. What caught his eye were these piles of money stacked as high as a mountain. The party stood still. On the spot due to concussion. This isn't it. Is it also considered endless suffering? Arrive. Here, the movie ends. Restless is one version. Symphony of chaos. Place of demarcation. The boundary between righteousness and sin is erased. Blurred by wrong decisions. Tick. The movie is more than just a show. The rehearsal is visually breathtaking. It is also a psychological problem full of pressure. With the character Thomas B.A. policeman. Not clean at all. Pushed into a dead end. The biggest highlight of the work lies in. The film's fast pace makes viewers fall into a state of extreme tension as if I'm sitting in the room myself. Shroud and hold one's breath with each sound. Of toy plastic soldiers. The ending of the film is full of irony and reality. Use of French cinema. There isn't one. Real heroes. There are only those. Survive after walking through the mud. Morality. The appearance of a giant vault. Giant at the end of the movie as a spicy summary. Bitter in a dark world. Sometimes. Reward for the survivors. Is what stained their hands. 1. Sharp, fractured crime action movie. Concise and powerful enough to leave an echo of deadlock. Of fate, the value of a movie lies in reputation. There is also the value of an article. Movie commentary depends on feeling. Sentence. Today's story ends here. Thank. Have you seen the movie? You see the set. How is this movie? Please comment below.